homily today, and I would apologize, but I'm not sorry at all. So Catholic School Week, our goal is to remember who we are and what we are. And that's really, really important. And what we call it is identity. Identity means we know who we are, we know why we are. Now, there are all kinds of schools out there. There's, they say, public schools, private schools, and there's Catholic schools. A Catholic school is different than a private school. A private school is interested in preparing a young person for college and for worldly success. A Catholic school is interested in preparing you for eternity and helping you become a saint. And it's easy. Our teachers will tell you, all of us will tell you, it's very easy to forget. We're always thinking about budget and rules and all these things. And it can get lost in there that the sole reason our beautiful school exists is to help you become a saint. If you have worldly success, that's nice, but that's not our goal. That's just a byproduct. Our goal is to help you know who you are and know what that means. And here's the thing. When you remember who you are as a child of God, you become literally one of the most powerful things in the world. And because of that, the world does not want you to remember who you are. When you and I know who we are, when we know that we exist to become saints, we become something that's kind of like have you heard of like a SEAL team? Have you heard of these guys? They're some of the most highly trained people in the world, and their job is to go in and disrupt the plans of the enemy. You're God's SEAL team. He wants you in the world making a beautiful mess of everything, bringing light and love and peace with you wherever you go. Jesus wants you to remember that all the time, but not anything else really wants you to remember that. Because if you and I behave like everybody else, then we are not a problem at all. If we behave like everybody else and make it our goal to be successful and powerful and comfortable, well, then the devil doesn't have to worry about us at all. He'll ignore us the rest of our life. But you weren't made for that. Pope Benedict put it this way: you were not made for comfort. You were made to shine in the darkness. And our job is to help you remember that every day. Your job is to live it every day, to remember wherever you go, I exist to be a saint, to be part of God's team on earth, living like Jesus says to live. That identity can get lost so quickly because there's so many distractions and so many noises. No group of humans your age has ever existed that has to fight the things you have to fight. There's never been a generation in history that has these machines that you're given way too early, that expose you to way too much, but you have to deal with that. And I'm so sorry. But that's what makes this place so important, because Jesus can give you the grace to rise up and to be better. And it'll be hard, but hard times produce strong people. And only strong people can become saints. There's a guy named Chesterton, I love this. He says, a dead fish can flow with the current. You weren't made to be a dead fish. Your identity is something Jesus wants you to remember. And your parents and your family, they're sacrificing greatly so that you can remember that identity. This parish sacrifices greatly so that you can remember that identity. I need you to remember it, but more than that, Jesus needs you to remember it. I ask that this week, God plant this seed in your heart, just like in this gospel, that nothing can stop from growing. A seed that reminds you that you live in very challenging times, more so than any generation before you. And that your response to that challenge needs to be, I am going to be a saint, whatever it takes. And to rejoice in your parents and your teachers, your school and your parish, who are all fighting and sacrificing so that you can have a strong foundation in that identity, so that you can know who you are. You are made to be a saint, to be part of God's secret team in the world, running around planting bombs of love and peace and service and sacrifice, sabotaging the work of evil. Jesus doesn't want you to be like everybody else. He wants you to be a saint. And this week we thank Jesus for our beautiful school and all of those who sacrifice for it, who are interested in one thing above all else, to help you become the saint you were made to be. Amen? Amen. Okay. Let's rise and with confidence in our Father offer our prayers.